May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. Got my UltraSabers. They call this their Consular, and it's based on Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber from Phantom Menace. And it's not an exact replica, but it's plenty close enough for what I'm looking for. UltraSabers make some pretty high-end lightsabers. They're possibly not the best available now, and this is not their highest end technology. It's weird to be saying that lightsaber technology has been improving. So this is a fairly simple, it's just sort of an on-off blade. It's got basic sound effects. And then it shuts off. They've got some blades that change colors when you crash them, or the light extends out, and then when you shut it off, it comes back in. And they've got one that you can do a tip drag, and it looks like it's dragging sparks. It's just all kinds of cool stuff. But they're improving the technology all the time. But this is plenty solid enough for what I was looking for. And UltraSabers is one of the old lines. I was one of the first that was making these, what they call dueling capable sabers. And this is a polycarbonate blade, so you can actually do light contact with it. And they make some heavier duty ones that you can do heavier contact. And there's some companies that are making ones that for like seriously competitions now, and you can really bang on each other with them. And the blade is replaceable. If I were to ever do something silly and break it, I can replace it. It extends back into the hilt quite far, so it's got plenty of support. I went to turn it on the other day, and it was not working properly. I was like, oh no, what happened? And so I was playing with it, trying to figure out what went wrong. Just needed new batteries, so it's working fine now. I just needed to change the batteries out. So I've got some rechargeable nickel metal hydride in there now. But yeah, in the movies, these ridges were at a bit of an angle, and they went almost all the way, almost halfway down through the hilt. This extends all the way out. It makes room for the batteries and whatnot. Some of the replicas, the more movie correct replicas, it goes all the way in. This button is red for movie correct. I mean, there's a few minor differences, but this is when the first Star Wars came out. I wanted Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, and then the Empire Strikes Back. That's the one I always wanted, and I got a couple of cheap copies of that. And then Return of the Jedi. He had his lightsaber was actually Obi-Wan Kenobi's, only with a green blade instead of the original sort of white-blue blade that they had. But in this, I kind of debating over the color, but I got the same green blade. It doesn't show up very well on my little camera here, but it's the same green that they used in Phantom Menace. So I figured I may as well, if I'm getting Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber. But I was looking at all the different lightsaber designs, and this is still my favorite. And as I said, this is not exactly like what they used in the movie, but it's plenty close enough. I mean, it's instantly recognizable, and it's got the belt clip and all this stuff. And the originals, Darth Vader's and Luke Skywalker's, were both made from old Graflex camera flashbulb holders. And as a matter of fact, the camera collectors that are looking for these old antique flashbulb holders are getting very upset because guys were snapping up those old flashbulb holders to convert them into lightsabers. So the collectibles were disappearing. But then later on, and Obi-Wan's original was some old plumbing parts, and then a grenade casing to make it up. And then in the later movies, of course, they were designing them in ground up. And this is all machined aluminum, and then it's got the electronics and the soundboards inside, and uses 4 AAA batteries. And as I said, then the Lexan blade, and they've got a couple different kinds of blades, and all kinds of options as far as sounds. You can reprogram the sound card to do all kinds of different stuff, and then different color combinations, and then stuff that wasn't in the movies. They got stuff that's been in games, movies, comic books, and then just their own ideas. So you can get all different kinds of stuff. And then they're, like I said, they're one of the old school first that were making some, contact ready lightsaber replicas. And now there are companies all over the place making stuff, again, for competition, for costume play, what they call cosplay, for people doing their own videos and stuff. And it's just, it's amazing that there's a lot of choices out there, and you can spend a lot of money on them too. This one wasn't bad. I got it on a 50% off. UltraSabers runs a lot of sales, especially when they're getting rid of, this is some of their basically older technology. Sound card is not as flexible as some of the newer sound cards. As I said, the light is just basically on or off. That's it. It doesn't have the flash on crash or the tip drag or changeable. Some you can change the colors or the colors run up and down. Runs out of them. But I'm plenty pleased with this. This is my high-end lightsaber. And then I do have several of the older toy plastic ones. I've got Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi, or alternatively with a different blade color, it would have been Obi-Wan Kenobi's from New Hope. And then I picked up a Luke Skywalker New Hope. But again, they're just the really cheap plastic toy ones. So they look pretty good, but it's just to have them. So this is my decent one, my good one. So anybody comes in unexpected at night, they're going to be faced with my lightsaber. Happy May the 4th.